Good morning children, welcome all of you to English class today. Before starting our class, let's recite Brahmana, sit properly. Shanti, 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 Shasta. In our previous class, we completed first part, SGP1 of the lost camel. Let me ask you some questions and you try to answer these questions. What were the merchants looking for in the desert? Yes, they were looking for their camel. Whom did they meet on the way? Yes, they met an old man on their way. What did they ask to the old man? They asked the old man that whether he had seen their camel. How did the old man answer the question of the merchants? Yes, the old man answered in form of questions. What was his first question? His first question was whether the animal was an old. Then what was his second question? His second question was whether it was lame in one leg. What did the merchant say to the question? The merchant said, yes, it was lame. Then what did the old man ask to the merchants at the end? The old man asked whether the animal was blind in left eye. Then the merchant said, yes. Today we are going to discuss or read the next part of the lesson. Let me write the topic. SGP 2 para 3 and 4 of lost camel. You open your book and listen me attentively while I am reading, and you carefully read them after I have read. Let's start. Without answering, the old man said to them, is the camel carrying wheat on one side of its back? The owner said it was. They were sure that the old man had seen the animal. Is not the camel carrying honey on the other side? The owners caught hold of the old man and asked him angrily, have you stolen the goods and killed the animal? I have not seen the animal, said the old man calmly. The merchants asked him, do you think we are fools to believe your story? And they dragged him to the court. You have read the para. I think these are the difficult words for you. You write the meaning and sentence using those difficult words. Let's start with wheat. Wheat, noun. Biscuit is made from wheat. Wheat is a grain. Wheat is a grain. Wheat is a grain. honey, honey tastes sweet. Honey tastes. Honey tastes sweet. Honey tastes sweet. Catch hold of. Phrase. The police caught hold of the thief and sent him to jail. Catch hold of meaning to capture. Angrily. Adverb. The teacher scolded me angrily. Anger. Angry. He showed me his anger. It is in noun. The man is angry. The man is angry. It is adjective. He spoke me angrily. He told me angrily. It is in adverb. The next, goods. Donkey carries goods on its back. Goods train, passenger train. Goods train, passenger train. You travel on passenger train. Goods train carries goods. Fools. Fool. There is a saying in English. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Fools rush in. Fools means those who are very intelligent, intellectual persons. They avoid the situation because they don't want to put them into trouble. Whereas fools, they show great interest in it. There is a saying in English: fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Fool, opposite of clever. Fool, clever. Believe. We don't believe in ghosts. 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 Drag. He dragged the mouse of the computer with great speed. With great speed. Drag means to push or pull with a great speed. We drag a chariot on car. We drag chariot on car festival. We drag chariot. We drag the rope of chariot on car festival. I think these are the difficult words for you. Now you read the whole para 3 and 4 silently and try to grasp the meaning. Let me tell you the gist of para 3 and 4. The old man again said to the merchants whether the animals was carrying wheat on one side of its back. At that time when he asked these questions, they were very sure that he had stolen the animal and he had killed it. Then they said yes. The next question when he asked whether the animal was carrying honey on the other side of its back, at that time they got hold of the old man and they said that he had stolen the goods and killed the animals. But the old man replied that he had not even seen the animals. They again said that they were not forced to believe his story. They said that he was telling him story, which was fictitious, which was not to believe. And then, thinking that he had stolen and killed the animals, he had stolen the goods and killed the animals, the two merchants dragged him to court to punish him. This is all about. Let me ask you some questions. How far you have understood? What was the next question of the old man to the merchants? The next question was whether the animal was carrying wheat on one side of its back. What was the second question of the old man to the merchants in this para 3? The second question was whether the animal was carrying wheat on one side of the second question was whether the animal was carrying honey on the other side of its back. Then what did he think at that time when he asked this question? He thought that he had stolen the goods and killed the animals. Where did the merchants drag the old man? The merchants dragged the old man to the court. This is all about story. Let's discuss some comprehension questions. You write the answer on your note and keep all these questions answered in your mind because you have exam and the exam is almost knocking at the door. In October you will going to face the half yearly exam. You get all these questions answered by heart. Okay, let's start. Let's discuss some comprehension questions and answers. What was the camel carrying on one side of its back? The camel was carrying wheat on one side of its back. What was the camel carrying on the other side of its back? The camel was carrying honey on the other side of its back. Why were the merchants sure that the old man had stolen the camel? The merchants were sure that the old man had stolen the camel because he had told him that he was actually carrying both sides of its back. Why were they angry? They thought that the old man had stolen the goods and killed the animals. So they were angry. What did the old man reply when they told him that he had stolen the camel? When they told him that he had stolen the camel, the old man replied that he had not seen the animal. Why did the merchants take him to the judge? The merchants took him to the judge for judgment. Do as directed. Substitute a single word. A kind of grain from which we get flour and make roti. What is it? It is wheat. A sweet and sticky thing made from flowers, bees. What is it? It is honey.